What up? Welcome back to the Degenerators. Woo! We are back in studio, both of us.
It's so good. It's so good to
back,
be in
brother.
here with everybody. We're in between productions and Matthew behind the ones and twos. But bro, it's Casey time.
We're back.
My boy Matt.
It's been a little over a month since the two of us has been
He vacationed for 3 weeks. I got one. It's cool. There's no disparity here. The guy can do
really
what he does, you know? He does what he does. But we were both in great places with great people. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But now I'm ready to have some more fun, dude. I'm ready to DEGEN this shit out. All right.
We can have an actual we can have an episode where I can actually call you out when you say some stupid shit.
Oh,
you know?
well, you could do it anyway. I didn't know you were gone, and then you responded, and you know it was back and forth. It was back and forth. Y'all took the respect route last week, except for Matthew did some snake shit. I talked to him about. It's okay. No biggie. But you definitely took the high road. You didn't shit on me as hard as you could have in some instances. So I appreciate it because I was drunk as shit. Yeah. We were out there living in paradise out in Mexico. It was amazing, all inclusive. So that meant all the tequila blancos I could handle. Yeah. It was just dumb.
Which is a lot of tequila blancos.
Oh, please. I can attest. You already know.
I can attest to that.
You already know. So I'm excited to be back.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited to be with you.
He's going to be back in studio. Nowhere else.
Even though I'm taking L's lately.
You are.
I'm excited to be back.
God damn, are you ever?
I'm on an L streak, bro. Yeah. But it's not a loss, it's a lesson. You feel me?
Totally.
Not a loss, it's a lesson.
He's a spin guy.
You know what I'm saying? It is what you think. It's how you react to it.
Hey,
it
a wise man once said, "A man becomes a philosopher or perishes." Think about that. Deep shit.
Can you?
Deep shit. You know what I mean?
Deep. Shit, that's deep, bro.
That's a Mark Casey special, by the way.
You know what? We love Mark Casey.
We
it's
do.
Cool. We love it.
As you mentioned, last week, I went 2-1 in HGH.
Which is what?
It's a win.
What's HGH? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, good.
Golly,
Thank you for calling me out on that.
Yeah, he already hates that I'm back.
If it's your first time joining us, HGH is our gambling picks. We make picks with our heads, our guts, and our hearts. I'm putting it wrong.
Sometimes it's swapped. You know, if you're hungry, you know, it can be switched. Swap.
Yeah. So. And last week, while my team broke my fucking heart, we'll get to that in a bit. Oh, we will. I took the points. I took +6, and we covered there. So
wait, what pick?
Shout out to Texas Tech.
What pick was that?
Texas Tech.
What pick though of your HGH?
My heart.
That was your heart. So you were happy then, because you always argue with me. Okay. You were happy that your heart was happy that Texas Tech covered.
Okay,
right?
My heart was happy then if we lost by a touchdown.
You covered,
I don't know because that game. We'll get into it later. That game was like somebody was individually plucking out each one of my toenails one by one.
This is where you already got it riled up.
At least I got it.
You're just gonna back up and just be like, no, this shit ain't free. You know what I'm saying? That's what I just did because he'll drop it on you here in a minute. But go ahead, brother. Rip that pack.
Get to that. I have a pack here. We did a duck race beforehand. This is a pack of Optic. If you can see it.
Nobody saw the duck race. He might have cheated. We don't know.
On there. Optic.
Is it
going downtown hunt?
Where's that from?
It's from Card Traders Awesome.
God, they're about to expand.
If you're in North Austin, they are expanding. Go get you a pack or two at
Card Traders of Austin. Super cool guys.
I got the squad a little pack before and we found some.
We did rip it. We got some shit. Matthew got some out of 25 current Spurs player.
All right.
Player. He got a Jaime Jaquez. He sees a name. No,
it's just the back.
Oh, it's just the back.
The back gets me.
Never mind. NVM. Let's see. What do we got?
All right. So we got Josh Jacobs base.
Sick.
Trenton Simpson, rated rookie. I've never heard of that.
Trent Simpson. Whoa. What's a ooh?
Look at that guy right
Aiden
here.
O'Connell. What is it though?
Auto.
What? On card?
On card?
Out of 150? Wait, do you not have the do you not have a sleeve?
I don't have a sleeve, right?
I have a sleeve. I gave you the toppie.
Oh, I put something.
No, I'm not giving the top. I
fucked this up.
You really did, but it's okay.
Bear with me.
I'll sleeve it for you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate
this is a hit. It's a hollow.
It's a nice little hit.
On card, Aiden O'Connell.
Rated
rookie for the Raiders, who unfortunately got replaced by Desmond Ridder or whoever else.
Hey, which I'm fine with.
Gardner Minshew.
I'm very fine with Desmond Ridder taking over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We love that. Actually, we like Desmond Ridder because he's a DEGEN low-key as well. Maybe high-key told his daughter he's going to Vegas. So, make a living, girl. He's going to put a couple bets in. But Aiden O'Connell could end up somewhere else, and he could be really good down the line. So that's actually any quarterback.
And some people in this room might have his flawless RPA with a cleat
out of two. That's a Desmond Ridder.
We really like Desmond Ridder.
So we're going to show you guys the Aiden O'Connell. Wait, first of all, I want to show you guys my favorite card while we do this.
Okay.
This is my favorite card. I got it autographed by the handsome person you see in that picture, and that is Matt Casey. That is a Matt Casey fucking special. It's Casey time. On the auto,
it's a young pup.
You know it's sleeved, it's top loaded, and it's bagged. You're not fucking with it. I'm icing in the PSA. If you have an offer, if it's not 4 digits, back up. All right. Anyways,
number 99, I was a nose guard.
he definitely was a nose guard and probably a center at some point.
Yeah, I was a nose guard, dude.
And then this is the card that he just pulled, is Aiden O'Connell.
Yep.
But Matthew, you just saw Matthew's cute little butt walk by.
Not to get political, but
he's
AOC,
trying to get up in there with these cameras, trying to get that 4K, because
It's on the card right now.
Oh, all right. Well, that's tight too. I was trying to look good, but whatever, bro. Anyways, that's the Aiden O'Connell he just pulled, which is a sick card.
Yeah.
And if Aiden O'Connell actually started, that card would be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. So sick ass.
I don't know about thousands, but
if he was starting and doing well.
If he was doing well, like
if he was CJ Stroud last year, that's multiple thousands.
He's not. But
he's not. I'm trying to spin it, bro.
Yeah.
Spin, bro.
Yes.
All right.
There you
Sick.
go. There you go.
Well, that was the fucking pack rib for you, you piece of shit.
That was. Hey, I'll take an auto at an optic. I mean,
I'm gonna leave it up there. Actually, you know what? You can
I'll
have
take
this
that.
card because I want this one up.
I'll take it.
Oh, my
I'll
favorite
take it.
nose
I
tackle of all
didn't even get
time.
to. I don't know where all the
Behind
cards
Aaron
are that
Donald.
I won when I was out. When I hit the juice twice. So you're gonna
Wait,
acknowledge
there's
that?
tons of cards back here.
Okay.
First of all,
Okay, those must
And
be the ones.
there's some of them here, and then I left them here for you, so they might be it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, no, the
we'll
juice
get to
I
those
acknowledge the
later.
first one. The second one I don't remember, but
You don't remember the second one?
you talked about it, but I don't want to remember it.
The Bills. I had the Bills -3. It was a push, so it would have been a muted up payment, but that's still a hit.
There's some
juice
shit in
fucking-
here. Hold on, dude. There's like,
Okay, we'll get to that later.
yeah, we'll get to that
later. I'll see you after.
There's autos in there. It's been
I'll
back
see
here the whole
afterwards.
time you've
But-
been here and I haven't.
Yeah,
So
well,
you're not
episode-
observant.
One episode, an
Is
hour
what
and a
I'm
half
hearing.
last week, and I didn't know what
An
was
hour
what,
and a
so-
half. You were here for longer than that.
Whatever. Okay.
I checked.
It's time to get into our DEGEN of the week.
Who would that be?
Our DEGEN of the week. I hope I'm saying the name right, but we're doing.
Actually,
let's
I've
set
seen
the
this
stage
person
first.
too. Yeah.
Let's set the stage first,
Ooh.
right? What I had in mind when I thought up this show, right? This show is the Degenerators, right?
The Degenerators.
There was one specific part of degeneration, I guess, for lack of a better term, that I was thinking about with you and I. We both dabble in, and that's the world of Whatnot, right? If you don't know, Whatnot is an online marketplace where you have live streamers opening many thousands, millions of dollars worth of football, baseball, basketball product. And there's one specific channel on Whatnot that Derek and I both frequent quite a bit. KK Sports Cards.
KK Sports Cards.
Shout out to KK Sports Cards.
Sports Cards. A lot of baseball. A lot of baseball runs through there.
That is the premier channel to go to for baseball. And there's one regular there who happens to be our DEGEN of the week.
And he's a regular in all sorts of places and whatnot. A general good person.
I think the only places we overlap. I overlap with him is KK, but is he on some other stuff?
I've seen him in other rooms. He's always checking shit out. I think. Don't hold me to it, but pull wax, swish breaks, other good breakers as well who are reliable. They send you your cards.
Yeah.
They do their thing.
Yeah.
So I think I've
They're
seen
not
him in
gonna scam
those.
you out of all
No,
your-
absolutely not. Everybody we've mentioned today is a reputable seller on Whatnot, and he's in those rooms just like we are.
Yeah.
And he's in there a lot. He's mods in some of those rooms, so he has like permissions in those rooms that some of us don't.
Yeah.
Like he's around. He's a vet.
And he did a move that I think just is the funniest, greatest thing you could possibly do this weekend. There was a game of Box Box Goose being played. So if you're not familiar with the game of Box Box Goose, right? Typically you pull a case of a product. Everybody buys the full price of what one box will be. But instead of ripping that box on your own, they randomize the list. I got it. Thank you. They randomize that list, right? And you are jumbled up with a bunch of other players,
Randomized.
right?
Like they take
Right.
1 through 60
You're one
because that's the
through-
boxes, right?
For this one, it was 60. It was 3
Yeah.
cases of Topps Chrome
logo
fractor,
fractor,
right?
which is about 125, 150.
It was 150 a box.
Yeah, online it's 150.
Online.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is everywhere else.
It is, but I mean, the reason you play this game is for the chance that you get the number one spot, which our man Caseytime did.
Woo!
He
got the number one spot.
Right. So what that means
Shout out
is
Ludacris.
any box they rip them one by one, and any box that he likes, he could snipe. He could grab. He could say one. He's got the trump card. He's got that golden.
I think we
ticket.
call it the veto right now. He's got the veto. He can stop it and end it. We don't call it that anymore.
Yeah, too close to election season.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're not political. We make no stances on
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
or any floating islands of garbage. We do not do that here.
No, not here. Not
Nope.
here, Tony.
Not at all.
No, but no. So he had the one spot and watched 60 boxes.
59.
59. Well, no, he watched 60 boxes. He had the last box.
60 boxes.
He had the last box.
He didn't use
his spot. He said no. Every box was ripped.
He didn't use his spot.
Fuck that. There's a better card in
So
here.
hold on. Before we go there, he's giving you the premise. He's letting you know this man has the ultimate. I want that card. It could be the best card. It could be not the best card, but he could take any card he wants off anybody's hands. He doesn't know what's coming next. He doesn't know what's coming next.
Right.
It's usually a card from the box that you want the most. But yes, he's taking that opportunity. He's saying, you know what? I've seen 59 of these things go by. I think the next best thing is coming next. Yes. Or what he really thought was, I spent the same amount as everybody else in this fucking break. Right. I'm gonna write it out and just see what happens. But come on, there was a superfractor pulled.
Yeah, there was a Jung Ho Lee rookie superfractor.
Rookie
there was
superfractor.
No ink on that. And he called out when
he said, "I want ink."
I will say that card was hit in this break pretty early on, right? I want to say 15 boxes in.
Bro, right? Superfractor.
And it was a superfractor. There was also like a 220. There was a nasty.
Okay, so he was thinking some sick shit already.
Right, but he was like, "Hey, I want ink."
But that's a rookie.
He wants a logo fractor autograph. And so he said, "No." Right? And the second guy got it, and I was like, "Wow, props to that guy."
Number 2?
Number 2 got that.
He's the shit.
Right. And then I want to say I might be getting my box like halfway through, right? Like halfway through, maybe 3/4 of the way through.
Okay.
A Jason Dominguez auto
Yankees
to 25.
Player. Yankees sell great.
And I'm pretty sure it was a diamond to 25. I'm pretty sure. I might be getting that wrong.
Diamond logo.
And he passed on that. And when he passed on that, I was like, this fucking guy, he's riding the roller coaster to the end. And I fucking love it.
And how did it?
I loved every part of it.
I just want to know how it ends for this guy if he's dissing that shit.
It was not the best box. It was.
Do you remember?
It might be the worst box in the break.
No
I don't
way.
Remember.
Shout out Cisa Valdi, you're just like me, bro.
I'll tell you this much.
Like
I'll tell you this much. I had number 55 in this. Right. I had one box as well. We were in the same amount. I think I would take my box over his. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what I got, but like it was very comparable.
And y'all pay the same, so fair in the end, like whatever.
It was fair in the end.
But Cisa Valdi, like what a DEGEN, just writing it out. That's like what I told the guys. For me, is you have $60 worth of bets on 00 on roulette. And you're saying, fuck it, it's going to hit huge one of these times. Right? I'm not playing with this petty shit.
Keep it there.
I don't want that shit. Keep my stack there until I run out or whatever. Yeah. And you just never hit it. Tight. You did your thing. You tried your shit. And now you're begging for sandwiches on the side corner. Probably not you, Cisa Valdi. It was only $150, but yeah, that's a spirit. And we fucking love that.
Yes. And Cisa Valdi, congrats, first off. Congrats. Let's give him a little claps. Yep. And 2, what you don't realize is probably your first time tuning into us, right? So what's up?
Oh, absolutely.
What's up? We're here.
We're out here, bro. Spread it.
DEGENs of the week get
like
a gift.
Pamela
They get a slab. You're gonna get a graded. I know you're a Zach Giloff fan. I know you're Zach Giloff fan. He's an A's.
I got some Giloff at
He's
home.
an A's guy. So there is a
come on, go Astros.
Zach Giloff. There's a Zach Giloff slab that is yours. We will be DMing you about the info, but congrats. We appreciate you.
Congrats,
Keep DEGENing, brother.
Bro, an inspiration to all.
Inspiration,
honestly.
It really is.
You hit one, and like I might have just nut myself and fall asleep, and I would have got the last one anyway.
I was living by like I went out early in that one because I mean it was like the 4th or 5th box. I was like, fuck it, it's not gonna get better for
all
this.
in. Let's go.
Right, and I just lived vicariously through CC the rest of that.
That was awesome,
and it was I loved it.
That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of living vicariously, I had to do that during this UT game because I was on a plane during the second half. So the first half was set up, and UT was what, up by 10? Up by 11, I think?
Something like it.
I think it was like 21-10.
Oh, the tech game was on, which I was paying him a little bit.
That's true. So we'll talk about that. Yeah. But my team, which is more important, obviously, hook 'em, was playing Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt, a team who had recently beaten Alabama, a top-ranked team as well, at their own home team. For the first time in 60 years.
Anchor down, go
60-plus years since they beat Alabama. So the team is primed.
It was the first time ever
beating Alabama. Is it ever? Yeah. Ever. In the history of the two. So that was sick. Congratulations to them. I went into the game hoping we'd fucking trounce them, baby. I was seeing the jokes on the sideline, like, oh, they're putting up the nets on the, the supporter section.
Yeah, that was a troll. That was
good. That was funny good, though. That was funny, great. Right? I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, once the game started, I was feeling okay. I was seeing Quinn dotting everything. He threw a pick early, but he didn't. Yeah. None of his balls hit the ground until like the second half, but he still fucking was throwing them short. I think what's the biggest problem right now, Quinn's indecisive. He's a little happy feet, but the offensive line, bro. The offensive line was not doing what they were supposed to do, and that caused him to be so quick.
It's crazy how the offensive line doesn't look quite as good when they're not playing Colorado State.
It is, but a win's a win.
Concept,
hey, right? For the record, before we even continue any further, because now he just tried to throw a little shade, I was just trying to be nice and give both teams credit. Texas won the game. So whatever Vanderbilt hopes had, they were ranked 25th.
Impressive 3-point.
Unranked again. Thank you. Sorry, Courtney.
I don't think they're going
to be valiant effort. They're going to be unranked.
They're
going to be unranked.
The polls are probably out right now. The polls are probably
out. Are they
out.
unranked?
I don't think so.
They moved up after losing.
You know how hard the polls dick ride UT and the SEC?
No, I don't. Yeah, they're not number one.
Yeah.
Oregon's number one. Who is Oregon? What is Oregon?
Oh, they beat Ohio State.
Who's Ohio State? They're going to lose.
It's better than any win y'all have.
Penn State backup quarterback.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Are you that
Hold on. We can fast forward to Tech right now. We can fast forward to Tech if you want.
I just want to know, are you really that delusional?
Yes. Yes. The only valid opponent we have left is Texas A&M. And that's only because it's been so long since we played them. And it's going to be at Kyle Field. And they're playing very well. And they just started a new quarterback who actually did damage. Yeah. So, realistically, that's the only team I'm afraid of. He mentioned Kentucky being
You are afraid of him, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Texas A&M.
He's afraid of A&M.
Bro, the last game, I was at the last game they played. I saw the 13-12 game. I saw that shit,
the Case McCoy game.
Oh, I'm hanging on to Case fucking McCoy. Texas A&M lost to Case McCoy.
They did.
The fucking geometry.
They should never forget that. That school
teacher.
of fucking dorks should never forget that.
They never, and they'll get beat again. But yes, they're showing a lot of promise. I can't sit here and say they're not a potential loss.
They beat down LSU. They kind of dominated that game.
They fucking smoked them because the new quarterback came in, the freshman who ran the ball. He ran in for 3 touchdowns. And if there's one thing that Texas proved that they can't stop sometimes, that's a running quarterback.
They look pretty bad against
Raiola.
Diego Pavia.
Did I say Dylan Raiola?
Yeah, he plays for Nebraska.
Hey, shout out to Patrick Mahomes right there, though.
Yeah.
That's his daddy.
Yeah. Diego Pavia, though. I'm glad you said that because he gets his shine. I mean, that guy is very good. He's very, very good. So he's the transfer from last year. He played at New Mexico State. He beat A&M last year at their place.
Good for him.
Right. And their whole, basically, Vandy, transferred in their whole offense. Their offensive coordinator, their head coach is now, offensive assistant, but he's a special advisor, co-head coach type deal. Jerry Kill, one of the greatest names in college football. And then you got, their offensive coordinator, everybody. And then they brought in their quarterback, a lot of receivers. And that offense looks fucking good. I'm excited for Vandy. Vandy's excited about their football team for the first time in decades.
They should be. And they should be.
Courtney's excited. It was very awkward. So at the same time, Tech started this week at 2:30 p.m. and Vandy, Texas was at 3:15.
3:30. It was 3:30.
It was something like that, right?
It started at 3:37.
It was a very funny dynamic in my household, right? Because Courtney she hates Tech, Matt. She hates me when I watch Tech games. She loves me.
Who doesn't?
She loves me, but she despises who I become when I watch. And I don't blame her.
Especially this last game.
I don't blame her.
And we'll talk about it.
This was one of the all-time worst.
Yes.
For me. But she went to her room. I had my room, my 4 TVs.
Okay,
right?
4 TVs, 2
and
laptops.
I've got Vandy on.
Of course, got to make sure
our game on.
You know what's happening.
And she was like, I'm going to be doing so. I've got to keep myself occupied because I'm so nervous. And every time I go in after a big score, she's just standing up, shuffling. She had so much energy. I was really rooting for her.
She's awesome.
She's great.
I bet that pantry is fucking immaculate right now.
Yeah. No, she went. She's a cleaner.
That fridge too. Oh my goodness.
Puts in the nervous energy towards just.
If you've ever seen a TikTok fridge where they do the ultimate organization, that's her. Yeah. And it's awesome. And she's the greatest hostess ever. And she actually takes her time to do that stuff. And it's oh yeah, guest spot is right here. Put your thing here. She's freaking awesome. So shout out to Courtney. I'm sorry I have to talk shit about your team. I truly am because you are a sweet soul. But
you can try, but that was that was a close game. Texas got every bullshit call imaginable.
Not everyone. I watched the replays.
They
did. Not
got,
everyone.
They got every fucking bullshit call possible.
Nope.
I'm going to call that out. Texas is always going to get the benefit of the doubt.
I hope so as well. Hook them. Right. The highest earning team in the nation should get the best calls. Thank you.
You getting a piece of that fucking money?
Oh yeah.
Fuck out
by winning.
Oh, that's fuck out of here with that argument. Well,
fuck yeah. Horns.
Anyhow,
anyhow, you're
dominating win.
Let's go to Tech.
Dominating.
Let's go to Tech.
All right.
Speaking of not being a political, podcast right here. Not ironic. Ironic. Kicker. Doing his thing. What happened, bro? What happened? All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him its time. I'm gonna give it Caseytime its time. And I'm not gonna make a comment.
So we played TCU this week. If you missed it, holy shit! It was one of the toughest games that I've watched as a Texas Tech fan. Right. So we started out bad. Right. They had a guy Savion Johnson or something. Savion. They kept handing him the ball. We couldn't fucking tackle him. 14 points right off the bat. It was 14-3, right? We got a massive turnover in the first quarter on like their 5-yard line, right? We sack, strip, fumble. We get it at the 5. We run 3 plays. We can't get into the end zone. And we run a fake field goal, which started it all for us, right? This fake field goal, we threw it to one of our 2 kickers. We dual kicker it. And Reese Burkhart scored a touchdown. We were all happy for him until he raised his shirt and he had MAGA Trump 2024 shit.
He made a political statement. Regardless of what side
whatever side it was stupid to fucking do. And honestly, we then went on to dominate the second and third quarter, right? In the fourth quarter, we were up 31-17, right?
Okay, so I was on the plane at this point. I was sitting on the front row. Yeah. We got like the emergency boarding or whatever the good boarding at Southwest. Yeah. There's a guy walking by with a tech hat on. Yeah. And I said, "Hey, they still coming back?" Because my boy, it's Caseytime, told me they were on the way back and things were looking good. He's like, I think he said something like 34-17. Maybe he said 31. Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, we don't give a fuck anymore."
It felt like that. I understand because I had that same at halftime, our quarterback Baron Morton got hurt. He got hurt at the end of the first half, and we had this freshman come up, freshman from Austin area, Hutto.
Shout out Hutto.
Okay. The Hutto Hippos.
Hutto Hippos.
Remember the Hutto Hippos?
Very cool mascot. Do you know why they have that mascot name?
I don't know.
So the Chisholm Trail is right. It's close to Hutto. It's in Round Rock. It runs through Round Rock, which is right next to Hutto. Okay. They were transporting animals on a train. And at some point, I don't know if I don't remember correctly, there's a derailment. It stopped. Something happened, but a hippo got free. Because they were delivering it to a zoo or something. A hippo got free and was roaming the lands of what is now Hutto, and they had to take care of it. I don't know how they did that, but that is why they are the Hutto Hippos. Yeah. And in Hutto, most of the storefronts of businesses who are aligned with the Hutto business of commerce, they have statues of hippos. It's required almost. The grocery store there, the other stores there, it's crazy. Yeah. So they have a lot of pride. So shout out Hutto.
And hippos are having their day with Moo Dang, right? So shout out
Moo Dang, shout out Moo Dang. Also, they are burnt orange, just like the horns. So it's all good.
Yeah. Well, so Will Hammond is our true freshman quarterback, and he went in the game, and this kid, as soon as he gets thrown in, goes 9 for 9 with 170 yards, a dime of a touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. And we're looking like, did Baron Morton just get Wally pipped? Right? Is this guy?
Did he get Drew Bledsoe?
I even sent, and everything went downhill after I did this. In my group chat, I sent is Will Hammond him? It's a question. Is Will Hammond that fucking guy? And it sure looked like it. Of course, right after I sent that, it's not related. I didn't curse him. I still that's bullshit. It's not a curse. I'm not that powerful, as I discussed while I was away. But he started looking like a freshman. He had we had a drive where we could ice the game, right, with about 7 minutes left. And on second down, he went to throw a screen pass, and the ball just went out of his hands. He jumped back on the ball, but took a massive loss.
Okay.
Right. We had to punt the ball. That punt, the first play, they broke a 70-yard touchdown. Right, so they are now leading the game.
They busted a 70-yarder
with 5 minutes.
Typical
left.
Tech
with
defense.
5 minutes left, and they're up by 1, and we're like, okay, that's fucking annoying. But you know what? They can't stop Taj Brooks.
That's what I was gonna say. Where's Taj Brooks?
He had 120 yards. He did another game where he always does. He's one of the best running backs in the nation, right? And we get into field goal range. We actually had a freshman running back we were mixing in a little bit too, and he had a nice breakoff run to get us into field goal range. It's like, okay, just run the ball. We can maybe see, if we get a first down, we knew we could bring it down to 2 seconds left and kick a field goal with and we're not in automatic range, but we're pretty close. We're getting pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
Guys feeling good.
Our genius of a coach decides
instead. Call him out.
So Joey McGuire's the head coach.
Joey McGuire.
Who I think that he enabled Zach Kitley, our offensive coordinator.
And Zach Kitley.
He enabled Zach Kitley to run with our freshman fucking quarterback.
Okay.
A quarterback counter on third down.
How many yards ago?
7. Right? All we have to do, and you know what? If we don't convert, it's okay. They have a minute 30. We kick a field goal. They have a minute 30 to try. We can D up, right?
I'm hearing it.
Right? But if we get a first down, it'd be really big. But I don't know why we decided to put it in a freshman quarterback's hands who's already playing. He started 9 for 9.
Not Taj.
He had gone 0 for 4. Taj Boyd is the best fucking running back in the country. He's the best.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, second best. He's up there. He's top 5. Give me top 5 at least. Give me top 5. He's top 3. I'm
not letting you say number 1. I don't care.
He's not Janty. He's not Janty, but he's top 3.
Okay.
He's top 3. I'm saying top 3.
I don't care.
He's that fucking good. He's very good.
Whatever you want to say.
Well, instead of giving it, and he's a 5th-year senior. And you know what he doesn't do? He doesn't fumble. And this kid, when they ran this quarterback counter, he got brushed off and did a spin move and then just got hit. And like I saw, like it was one of those moments where on your TV, like I see like the defense celebrating, but they announced in the stadium that he was down.
Yeah, you were
like, I was
cool,
like, okay, we're
great.
good. And then I see that replay. And when I saw that replay, my hat went flying. I'm screaming fuck because it was clearly a fumble. Like it's obviously a fumble, and they recovered it, and it was over.
That's it.
Like,
it ended right there.
Well, we got one last like ditch effort with like 20 seconds left, and it was a lateral play that spread almost busted.
Okay, so
hook and lateral play almost fucked us, by the way, and that would have been the one worst thing is if +6 had missed then after that.
So your heart's still happy though?
No, my heart picked 1 when yours did.
Okay, but that's fine. But you're happy about that? Your heart is happy?
I needed 8 win. See, that's the thing when my heart picked, anyhow. It was, I put here on the rundown what I think, how do we blow that lead? And then, like, seriously, what the fucking doing? What were we fucking doing? Like, and I think that's what what the fuck were we doing? And, the quarterback
I will say that they weren't
We also kicked a field goal to go up,
Y'all weren't winning. That's what you weren't doing. Like the Hortons did.
That was such a fucking...
So let me ask you this. Okay, we're at the end. They lost. Whatever. It's fine. For us. For you. Whatever. What makes you such an asshole when you're watching this game when they lose? What's the problem?
I clap. I yell. I scream. I yell at the TV. I stand
Even
up.
when you're unhappy, you're yelling too?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I'm unhappy, I'm yelling more.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. The claps are loud either way.
So what was the vibe the rest of the night in that whole house?
I got over it. I will say that. I have one thing. Shout out to
through?
Texas Tech for one thing. One thing that Texas Tech has always been good for since I transferred to the school in 2011, right? I've gotten very used to losing heartbreakers like this and bouncing back, right? Like, and I think I bounce back quick.
How much did you have to drink that night?
Nothing.
Oh.
It was just a sad...
They drove him stone cold sober.
It was just a sad, like, fucking sad...
Okay,
darkness.
Well, let's talk about some stuff that is also sad as the Aggies are winning. Like we already talked about. They beat LSU. They're looking good. There's going to be an after Thanksgiving matchup with the Horns. Hopefully both teams continue to play well. The Aggies are undefeated in SEC play. Mm-hmm. They still have to play Georgia. They still have to play Texas. Mm-hmm. They still have some fucking opponents, but we'll see how that ends up.
Yeah.
What else happened in the college world this weekend or still happening right now?
Well, one thing that happened during the week, and this is nobody else really cares about this, but it was just a very funny game that I watched. My gut pick didn't just lose. I had Syracuse plus 5.5.
Did you have that because of Kyle McCord, I guess, or whatever?
Redick Gadsden.
Where's he been at lately?
So in this game, here's where he was. He was receiving passes from a quarterback that was confused about the jerseys. Kyle McCord had 3 pick sixes in the first half.
Whoa, 3 pick sixes?
He threw
Is that a record?
I was watching it like, what the fuck? Like, and after the third pick six, it was hilarious because like he comes to like it was Matt Schaub shit. It really was. He went on
Shout out Matt Schaub.
Matt Schaub.
First quarterback for the Houston Texans ever. The most mediocre, trash quarterback.
David Carr, but
Derek Carr, better than David.
Yeah, but David Carr was.
He was. Yeah. Oh, was he?
Yeah,
I thought Matt Schaub was, and then David.
No,
okay.
No,
mixed it up.
Yeah,
Schaub got drafted.
It's all good. Yeah.
He then played for the Falcons.
Yeah, he played for the Falcons first, actually. I think he went Falcons, or maybe he went Texans. I don't fucking remember. It doesn't matter. But I had never thought of Matt Schaub until I saw Kyle McCord making him proud with all these pick sixes. it was like. And I think he threw 6 picks in the game.
You might throw one. They
kept him in. They kept him in the fourth. And
he threw 6 picks total.
Yeah, in that same game, he had 5 picks all year, and he threw 6 in the same game on national TV. What? And I will say, Pitt was swarming. Pitt is undefeated, and they're for real.
They're looking good.
They're looking very good. They I was actually kind of shocked as Pittsburgh was like that good. And a lot of these picks were like deflected. But like a lot of them too, he was just throwing like, what are you doing?
Chunking that shit up.
He had a lot of pressure. In the fourth quarter, he hilariously sacked himself. Like he has like people coming and he's like trying to get away, and then he just like took it.
Bro, so would I. Fuck it. I get it. If you're left in there, and he wants Kyle McCord's a guy who's transferred around a couple times, played Ohio State. Yeah. He's ready to go to the NFL, or he thinks he is. So he stayed in there after 6 picks to prove that he's resilient.
He better learn how to XFL.
You know what he better learn is that Chinese, buddy.
Learn what a rouge is. Canadian football. Learn what a rouge is.
Yeah, dude, you're headed up there. Okay.
Yeah.
You better learn how to drop kick too,
or what how far you have to pass in the Arena Football League. We don't know.
You figure it out because
maybe he's back up somewhere. Maybe he's Spencer Rattlers it somewhere.
Oh my God.
But He's not making safe plays there. And like there was a video of his coach just like grabbing his helmet after like the 4th pick in the first half and just like I think he was telling him like I'm not subbing you out. Like you're staying.
Here's your punishment, bitch.
And like I think Kyle McCord was probably like, dude, take me out of this fucking game. Like this is terrible. Like
I hope the coach said, I hope you get sacked and break your leg.
It would be hilarious if like he like looked like he's doing motivational stuff and he's like, you're a fucking bitch.
You're a piece of shit.
You suck ass.
Fuck.
Like
grow up.
What
kid.
the fuck is wrong with you?
Who are you?
Yeah.
Kyle McPick.
That'd be crazy.
Golly.
That'd be crazy. But that wasn't really a big time like game. It was just a national. It was a Thursday night game.
Next week though, they got a big game. Ohio State, Penn State.
Ohio State, Penn State. Ohio State squeaked out a game this week against
like a fart.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Like a little squeak fart.
Nebraska.
Yeah, Dylan Raiola. That's your boy, Patty Mahomes.
Looked terrible. I mean, you know who looks like the best team in the Big Ten? It's not close. Indiana.
Indiana. And it's their coach. It's the coach.
Yeah, that guy's got swag, dude.
He says, "What do? I win."
Google me, bitch.
Yeah, like, he'll be a head coach at a top 5 school in like a year.
He's gone after this year.
Yeah, he has to be.
He has to be.
Yeah.
Florida's like, hey, he looks real nice. That coach
Florida's
looks
a good spot.
mighty nice up there.
Florida's a good spot if you start recruiting murderers.
You know, I mean,
or evangelists or Christians. You know,
they just want you to win. They don't care who.
They don't care.
They would take.
They'll take Tebow's. They'll take
Hernandez.
They'll take the Pouncies. Like
Percy Harvin.
Chris
Harvin. Rainey, you know,
a lot.
He said,
third
I'll
leg
kill you.
Greg?
Is that his text?
No, that was
Chris
Miami.
Rainey said, yeah. Chris Rainey sent the text to the girl saying, "I'll kill you."
Well,
yeah, something like
did
that.
he?
I don't think so.
I mean, whatever.
Not a team of stellar
condoning any type of abuse.
Yeah, don't threaten anybody on text.
Fucked up. Fuck y'all.
Hey, strong stance right there.
Except for me beating up pro athletes, we do condone
He
assault and
said-
battery.
Yeah, he still thinks he could beat up Kyler Murray.
And Tua.
Yeah.
But hey, Kyler, you're showing out. For the first time in history, Kyler Murray has so there's a funny stat out there. The first 2 months of the year, Kyler Murray turns it up.
Call of Duty releases.
Call of Duty Murray. All right, this dude turns it up the first 2 months of the year, and then Call of Duty releases, and he literally goes down. It's a visible downslope. It could be everybody else adjusting. He was hurt. Whatever. We don't know. We don't care. But every year when Call of Duty gets released, this man just turns into a shell of himself. Well, he didn't this week. And he beat Tua,
you know why,
the fucking false prophet.
You know why, right?
Why?
Because he has Marvin fucking Harrison Jr.
Oh. I think it's because he has Trey McBride, who had way more catches and reception and yards than.
They were both lethal weapons, and he still decides to try to fucking throw to Michael Wilson.
And then John Connor, you lost me money. I still respect you.
Yeah,
it's okay. You didn't do shit this week against the Dolphins of all people. Fuck.
Yeah, I think that Kyler Murray Call of Duty stat is like my second favorite like stat around. Did you ever see the Reddit guy about NBA who was doing the James Harden stats versus the quality of strip club?
Oh, I saw that a couple years ago. Yeah.
Like that was one of my favorite.
His play went down when the quality of strip clubs went up. Yeah, because he was out all night. He was fucking honey buns. You know what I'm saying? Like, man's just rich as fuck,
and it was convincing. Like that was.
Oh, you could bet. You could. It was
like a college research paper. Like it had a thesis.
It was a
thesis. He had evidence to back it up. He had flow charts. That was impressive.
He had sources.
That was my favorite.
Pinky, the stripper, told him everything he needed to know.
He knew something. Right?
He knew a lot of something. All right, and people made money off of it, which is actually kind of funny.
Yeah. But back on track with college football. Yes, Ohio State, Penn State, very very good matchup. Oregon, very good.
We'll see.
They beat the shit out of Illinois. They beat the shit.
Who the fuck is Illinois?
Illinois is ranked.
Who the fuck is Illinois?
Illinois was ranked.
Yes, so
they were ranked. I think 2 spots above that Vanderbilt team y'all barely fucking beat.
Oh, they lost. The 25 team lost. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, the one last thing that it's not a.
You talk about that. Well, I look up the AP
Kennesaw
ranking.
State. So this is I think Tuesday night, Wednesday night. I had CBS Sportsnet on, just watching whatever game was on, and it was Liberty versus Kennesaw State, and Liberty is 5-0.
Where's Liberty from?
Liberty, I don't know. They're that school, the Jerry Falwell Junior School. If you ever watched, was it God Forbid? It's a very good documentary on Hulu, I believe, about Jerry Falwell Jr.
Okay.
Yes. But nobody else will get that unless you've seen it.
I interrupt this to bring you breaking news.
About
Vanderbilt is not fucking ranked after getting fucking beat by Texas.
It shouldn't be.
Thank you.
They lost to an overrated ass team.
Sure.
But yeah. So anyhow, Liberty University though, they're 5-0, their football team, and they were playing a conference game against the Kennesaw State. I don't even know their mascot.
I thought you knew every mascot.
I don't. I did when I was 10, but I don't anymore. And they're a new FBS school, and they've lost every game. So they were 0-16 playing a 5-0 team, and Kennesaw State did it. They beat them, and it was like seeing that coach. He was so fucking hyped, and it was just like, man, this is what college football is about. It was just a feel good story, man. I loved it. I love seeing a winless team get a dub.
That's actually pretty sick.
Especially against an undefeated team. Like
did they biggest go ham, bullies. Though, like for real? Did they tear down the goalposts?
Like so the school. No, there weren't enough fans there to do that.
Okay.
They didn't have near enough fans to do that. But the fans that were there, I think there was some promo with like a Hawaiian shirt. They all had like Kennesaw State Hawaiian shirts on. So you just saw all the same like Hawaiian shirts like running on the field. And they rushed the field and then they reviewed it and there was 1 second left. So it was a hilarious moment where like the fans rush and they all told to clear the field and they have to leave the field.
Yeah.
And they did it really fast because there were like 100 of them.
They're like,
they all got out of there.
We know we're going to get in trouble if this happens.
Yeah. But shout out to Kennesaw State. It was really cool to see them get a dub.
Shout out to the underdog. Yeah, always and forever.
I'll never.
DEGENs love the underdog. We are one and the same.
A dog getting a big dub.
Absolutely. We will never, ever. I'm trying to get you everything I remember that was for you. That you won while we were gone. So.
All base, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, they looked hollow, but yeah. Either way, Kennesaw State, shout out to doing your thing and winning a game and taking an L to a dub because that's what we do. We build enough L's to make a dub. You feel me? Oh, wow. If we take enough L's, lessons, we got it. We get a win. I think Did you understand? Because I know you went to tech, so I didn't know if you got it because it might take a little extra explaining.
Okay.
Fuckface.
Okay. Golly. Never mind. We're not going there. I'm taking the high road. We're not
take the high road.
I almost asked where you went, but I didn't.
Where did I go?
No, we're not. We're taking the high road.
Do we want to go there?
We're taking the high road.
Because I'll throw it out.
So Jayden Daniels.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
You ready
Once again, I've said this a million times.
We got to lead off with Jayden Daniels.
Hey, Jerry Jones. But Dan Quinn, former defensive coordinator of the Cowboys as of the last year, who went and got hired at the Commanders' head coaching position for Ron Riverboat Rivera, which Riverboat Ron. Shout out to him because he made the most gambling calls until Nick Sirianni ass came along. He was going for every fourth down and all this other stuff. He's a legend. He has the C word or had the C word, fought through it, does a lot for people with it as well. Yeah. So we love him, but Dan Quinn replaced him this year. Yeah. And then they drafted Jayden Daniels, and that man is fucking good. The Commandies, I wish they were the Redskins. Let me say that. I'm sorry to anybody who gets offended.
Are you before we get there, so we got the Bears Commanders game happen. Are you willing to walk back Caleb Williams a little bit?
I already did before. Okay. I don't think you were in the studio. Maybe you weren't.
Yeah, because last time we left,
Caleb Williams is still carried by his team.
You called him a baby back bitch.
He is still a baby back bitch.
You said that he would never win anything.
They lost. Jayden Daniels, the number 2 quarterback, beat the number 1 quarterback.
On Caleb Williams that game?
Might as well be. He didn't score enough points to win. Did he? Did he score enough points to win the game?
Yeah, he did. His defense. He didn't. Tyreek Stevenson owns that L right there.
Oh, my God. Okay, well, accountability goes to the person who's getting paid the most on the field, and that's him still as a rookie probably. So
you don't know that.
I saw the contract numbers. And the signing bonus was like 20-something. Yeah. Yes, I know.
DJ Moore got paid too.
Yeah, they both got paid. Whatever. Caleb Williams is not dog shit like Bryce Young. Correct. He's not even the best quarterback in his draft, though. All right? As evidenced by this past weekend.
Jayden Daniels is looking really good. He's looking like a very good
Jayden Daniels slinging the rock, and there's going to be other people who come out and do the same thing. Now, what he didn't do
was score a lot of touchdowns yesterday until the very end.
Did they win?
Okay, the Hail Mary, right? The Hail Mary happened, and
Hail Mary
that was the one. When the one touchdown you throw is a Hail Mary, I think the offense is probably going to have some deeper discussions.
How many yards did he throw for?
I think 300.
336, I think.
He got
or more. Yeah. It was over. I know it was over 300.
50 of it on a Hail Mary at the very end.
Sure. Yeah. Which was a touchdown that won the game. So what a throw, what a toss, what foresight.
But there's fortune in that.
Like, there's obvious fortune in that. Their team prepared for it because you saw what happened. You saw what happened. There was a Bears cornerback. What was his name? Tyreek Stevenson.
Yep.
This guy was taunting the crowd, saying, "Hey, we're gonna win this game."
That was that guy had
realistically,
a long flight home.
The taunting of the crowd is not what did him in. Okay, that's
he got
one
back
thing.
In time. He was in position.
He did his little thing. He floated on his side of the field. He sprinted up to where they should have been, but he didn't do what the coach said that they practiced. He quoted hundreds of times. They're supposed to box out, slap down, all this. He sprints in there because he's still on his other side.
It looked like he was trying to swat down, but it hit.
Oh yeah, he didn't time it right. Yeah. He was running too fast and jumped, and then tried to swat it, and then it bounced into Noah Brown, former Cowboys hand. And Texan. He caught the ball, touchdown, game's over.
He also used to be on a fantasy team.
Effectively, he contributed to the L just with that one play. But what Jayden Daniels did by buying all that time to get all of his receivers downfield and chunk it, he didn't have to throw it the whole field. He threw it to the 5-yard line. They could have literally let the ball drop But no, they decided to help him out because he's such a good quarterback. They wanted his stats to look better. They wanted him to look better, and they wanted to lose because Caleb Williams is a piece of shit, and they know that deep down.
I don't think anything.
So they lost for him. They were like, Caleb Williams is trash. I don't like him.
Wow.
So let me help lose this game for him. Here you go, Noah. Boom. I think it was awesome. Tyreek Stevenson in 2 years will sign with the Commanders, and you'll see.
What? How do you know what that? Okay. I don't.
Conspiracy theory 2.0.
That is one of the most idiotic things I've ever heard.
He was shouting out his homies in the crowd. He's like, "Look, he's from the DMV," so he was like, "Hey, what's up, dudes?"
I think that looks so bad. That guy has to get. You know, like half the locker room was like yelling.
Oh, they're mad. So
half of the locker room was like trying to be like positive around him too.
Well, one of the captains. Did you see what they said?
No.
I forgot what it might have been. DJ Moore himself. It was one of the captains said, "Hey, we know this man apologized. We know he said what he said to the press, but we're gonna address this with the team." Like, it was like a serious tone. Like, this kid's got to do some.
They're gonna hold him. Like DJ Moore's gonna hold him down, while the rest of them like fill their socks with soap and beat the fucking shit out of him.
Is that what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
is that what's gonna happen?
Full metal jacket, you know. Yeah.
Is that hazing allowed now?
I don't know, but hey,
the guy fucked up. He'll definitely. I said cut him right away.
He's a second-year guy.
He's a starter.
He's a starter. He's pretty good.
That's the problem. You can't cut that guy allegedly. You should. If you're gonna send the message, you do. Yeah. But if you're
Ryan
a pussy,
Poles like, hold on, let's hold on a minute.
Wait, who's the backup? Oh no, no. But he does deserve some type of bullshit, and he already apologized. He knows he screwed up.
He knows he fucked up.
As long as you take accountability, people will forgive you. But you have to prove that changed you in some way. That made a difference.
I don't think he has to prove shit. Maybe I wish he would have doubled down. Be like, yeah, fuck those fans. Like I was talking shit to him because I got back and
you mean Trayvon Diggs style?
Yeah. Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs is a madman.
I had one note. The only note I had about the game, like Jayden Daniels, really fucking good. Like watching him, blossom.
He's actually pretty solid.
But I have one thing that's like not football related that I noticed about him. Every interview he does, he is smirking like there's an inside joke between him and somebody off camera, and he like is trying to hold his laugh.
It's probably happening, dude.
There's probably somebody. But every interview, he's like smiling like.
Bro, Terry McLaurin is back there.
These questions,
yeah,
it looks like that's what's happening behind. Like it looks like what happened in the Thunder game, but once you notice it, you won't be able to stop. And it's like every.
I don't really watch any interviews. So.
I know, but I do. And he's really cool. I love Jayden Daniels.
Who else starts with a J that started this week in the NFL that showed out?
Our guy Jameis Winston.
Jameis, and then his post game. Okay. First of all, Jameis Winston and the Browns, the franchise that is absolute doo doo in the dirt, in the mud. They traded for Deshaun Watson. He's hurt.
He's about to be the mayor of
Jameis
city.
Fucking stepped in, and Jameis beat Lamar Jackson and all of his fellow teammates who couldn't catch the fucking ball. Yeah. They had about 18 drops in really important positions, and then Derrick Henry really didn't do his thing, but. To the Browns' credit, because they have a really good defense for the most part. They suffocate. But Jameis Winston, J-Mo, that's who we want to fucking celebrate. Because that guy, he may be in. He has some allegations against him. Let's clear the air. Let's clear the air.
They were there from a long time ago.
And then some of them are unsubstantiated, and his teammates have made statements, and there's other ones that got dropped. Whatever. I don't care. He stole some crab legs. In the Uber, nothing allegedly happened according to the other three teammates.
Oh, really?
According to the other teammates. I don't know. I wasn't there. Yeah. But he can play some ball, and then he can preach. He can preach.
He's got a career as a preacher.
Oh, he already knows it. That's what he was born. That's what he was literally born for. He decided.
But like
he didn't want to do that
the funniest ad-libbing preacher to ever like when he starts a sentence and he doesn't know what he's about to say next, but he's thinking about it as he's saying this one, and he's thinking about what he's about to say, and then he pauses. And then he keeps going. It's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Like,
faith forward.
Yeah.
Always believing the Lord has my back. And then they ask him another question. Well, Jameis, what happened in the fourth quarter? Faith forward. Always believing the Lord has my back. And then the reporter goes, you made your point. And he walks off so happy. Like the guy is fucking
even his pregame interview was so fucking electric. He was like, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. I am going to get on this field. He quoted Eminem after the game.
Dude,
he goes, there's a white boy up in Detroit. Who said, you got one shot. You do not let your chance to blow. This opportunity. Like, he said that. He actually said that.
I love Jameis Winston.
Like that was the crazy Eminem quote. It was so fucking funny.
If he's not part of some type of commentating crew when he gets done with football, the league has ruined themselves.
I say ESPN, if you're smart, You want a hell of a lot cheaper Manning cast? Get the Mannings out of here. Let them do their own thing. You get Jameis. I want a Winston cast. I want Jameis Winston.
You know what? Jameis Winston was Stephen A. Smith. And who do we want on the sideline?
Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp, Ocho Cinco.
Ocho on the sideline. Ocho on the sideline.
Shannon Sharp, and Jameis Winston.
Sharp is a halftime guy.
I want those three, and I think we'd have the best cast watch along crew ever.
They are entertaining.
I don't think I'd watch
the new NBA on TBS
other.
because that's on NBA on TNT because that's going away after this year, unfortunately, because of greed in the telecommunications industry. But we can enjoy it for one more year in the NBA. We'll talk about that in a little bit, and then let's bring it to NFL though. Let's do it. Why not?
Yeah. Hey, and just make sure Jameis Winston is at the front and center. Give him a blank check. If you're ESPN, give him a blank check.
His suits would be on fire too.
Him and McAfee together would be hilarious.
That'd be pretty good. They'd be pretty solid actually.
And Saban, throw him in the middle.
I wouldn't mind that.
No,
wouldn't mind that. Maybe a little. Just the whole crew of the Pat McAfee show. They'd be grilling him on and going for it.
Yeah, it would get him. That would be.
You know who else I don't want to see him with? Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice
from this Howard Stern show. Not the Beetlejuice movie.
I never watched Stern.
The short dude who's he has some type of something, but he's hilarious. Do you know who that is? Yeah, Beetlejuice and Jameis Winston would be the best pairing because they just both go on and talk about things that they don't know about. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, I was so glad that he got that dub because we're gonna see more of him. I mean, he looked really good too. And he's throwing it to Cedric Tillman out of all people, throwing it to random.
Just everybody. Guys. Elijah Moore.
Open? Hey, you know what's gonna be really funny is we are gonna get this year a Jameis Winston to Kadarius Toney touchdown pass. Kadarius Toney's back in practice. This is going to happen. Watch this. It's going to happen. He's going to lift that man up. God. I promise you.
NBA Tony.
All right. Outside of that, around the NFL, those are the main things I think we wanted to talk about. But
I mean, last night the Cowboys.
Mahomes, Kelsey looked really good.
Because Kelsey comes out and goes, "I'm Mr. Not Going" before the game. That was a big quote by USA Today. He said, "I'm Mr. Not Going." So they made a big point to made it to him. And did they show Taylor Swift? No, they didn't because she wasn't there.
What does that have to do with anything? Mr. Not Going.
He just said okay, that's from Boss Man D-Lo. You don't listen to rap. He thought he was cool and
he was like, you
don't listen enough. Well. Then that's literally what he says every song. He even has a song called that. Yeah. All right. Anyways, he quoted that and going into the game. So he was saying he was hyped. He was ready. Okay. He's the one to make the play.
They got it to him. He did really well.
He did.
On national tight
Brock Bowers did okay.
On national tight end day as well.
On national tight end day, you know what else happened?
That was the real thing.
You know what else happened?
George
Kittle scored. Shouldn't have been I don't like that call. I see why they made the call. I don't know. Cowboys still fucking suck. Dak looked lost for 3.5 quarters of football.
Sunday night game.
Did you see his slack mouth
Yeah, all game. I thought the game was over.
It was
halfway through the fourth, and then I took the dogs on a walk, and I came back for the 2 minutes left. I was like, "What the fuck happened here?"
So here's what happened, and I'm gonna give you the exact example. When Dak Prescott takes his little 3-step drop, it's 2 steps, and then he just bounces around like a scared fucking rabbit. His offensive line can't protect him, especially not against Joey Bosa. Yeah. So he's not back there long enough, and he's nervous. He's scared to get hit. Every time he makes a bad pass, he looks at the camera and he's like, what happened? Bitch, you're fucking trash. That's what happened. So the only time he plays well is in a 2-minute offense. So when they've sped it up and they take all the decision making, all the play reads out of his fucking hands and just say, no, this is what you do. You go to the line. If this happens, you do it. If this happens, you do it. You make this throw no matter what. You step back, you throw it. Because he can't fucking think. He's a Neanderthal.
But
fuck him. Fuck you, Dak.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
That's why they come back so much in the fourth because they just want a 2-minute offense.
But you gotta wonder if you're the coach.
The coach sucks. Oh, Mike McCarthy's trash.
Right.
First of all,
right. But
he can't notice.
If they're playing that much better on the 2-minute offense, why would they not just go 2-minute offense from the jump?
Why would they? Because Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy want to fuck the Cowboys in the ass.
Oh, you think that you think they want their own team to lose?
Did you?
Their fans
they kept.
That's asinine. That's some.
They kept doing jump cuts to Jerry in his own suite.
You think he's happy with what's going on?
I think that nobody's happy with him because nobody was sitting by him.
Right.
He's a fucking piece of shit.
Right.
I can't wait till one of those pieces of plastic from his face or wherever it is travels down his aortic cavity and just he's done.
As a non-Cowboys fan and a Cowboys hater,
you hope that never happens.
I love Jerry Jones.
Yeah, you do.
I never wanted him to leave.
Oh, he loves.
Never wanted
he
him to
loves a
team.
racist,
Jerry,
abuser who settles out of court.
If you're out there listening,
you love him like that.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Keep doing you. You're gonna win a Super Bowl as GM one day.
This just in. It's Caseytime advocates SA and racism, according to that, because of that. Did you not see him there? You saw the pics. You saw the same shit I did. He's paid off so many women.
I'm not as locked in, but I'll tell you this much. Jerry Jones, don't sell that team. This content's too fucking good.
Somebody was talking.
Don't ever sell that team.
Somebody
Jerry.
on the plane
don't you ever
was talking about Jerry Jones. Oh, when he dies, it's just going to be Steven. Well, hopefully Steven's smart enough to hire a fucking GM. That's all. That's the main thing I have.
Steven says, "Well, I built that offensive line when they were really good in the prom."
Jerry Jones does not want to hire a GM, and my dad is a Jerry Jones dick writer, so he gets mad at me every time I talk shit about him. Well, why does Jerry Jones suck?
Loves Dak?
Oh, dude! Every time you say Dak sucks, he's like, "Well, look at the offensive line. Well, look at this. Well, get the fuck out of here, Dakota Prescott." Oh, he had terrible reads.
He had some
passes.
reads last night that you're like, nobody can defend.
Dude, he's trash. He's trash. But yes, they all. He's like, "Oh, what do you think? What can Jerry Jones do better? Maybe hire somebody who knows something about football instead of saying I know because I watched Arkansas football growing up."
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
He played it. He played Arkansas.
He sat on the bench.
He was a guard.
He sat on the bench.
He was a guard for them Razorbacks.
He was a guard. Only thing he was guarding was the entrance to the local clan hideout.
Yeah. Well, I think that's enough for the NFL. I know I had a Bryce Young thing on there. Fucking Bryce sucks. I saw it. I was
Bryce sucks. Vikings.
I was watching that game. Hoping he had some garbage time action that I just want to see more of him because
he has a card of him.
He became he had some really sad stats.
Didn't you just buy a new card from him or of him?
Yeah. I did. I showed it off last episode too.
Did you? Oh. Yeah. Straight down.
I think I'm gonna keep buying Bryce. I don't know why.
Oh my god.
Why not?
This guy has
at this point. What else? People did. You know who else people did this with? I don't know.
Jayden Daniels,
a little guy named Baker Mayfield.
Please don't do that because you're gonna waste your money.
I mean,
even if he wins a Super Bowl, his cards aren't going up that much.
Yeah, well, probably not. You're right. I'm gonna stop buying Bryce. I think I'm gonna stop buying
Please
Bryce. Did you watch any of the World Series?
I was actually sitting in for game one.
Yeah. That was the one I missed. I was at a high school football game for that one.
Oh, I saw Leander all the way up there? Okay.
Yeah, it's where my cousin plays.
Okay, cool. I was like, damn, why are they all the way up here? I would have been hanging out with y'all if y'all were up there. Yeah. But I was in the bar in Riviera Maya, Barcelo, and it's very diverse, people from everywhere, right? I met people from in Mexico, from Canada, from Slovakia, from Britain, from Texas, from Ohio. Shout out to the Ohio crew, actually. Shout out Brian, Ian, Shelby, all the people I met in Ohio. I don't know if they're going to see this. They said they might watch it if I send it to them. Nice. But what's most important is now I'm invited to Brian and Shelby's potential wedding. So I'm pretty psyched on that. I made friends over there. So
did you invite yourself to the wedding?
I said, are y'all even getting married? And they talked about it. I'm like, if I'm not there, this is an L. And so they said, yeah, no, you need to be there, bro.
Yeah, have y'all made the list? Really? They're just horn in. Do that to other people.
Their families were there too, so they we had a lot of fun. And there last night we went out to the club on the on site, and it was one of those nights. Yeah. It was I have to check my camera roll to kind of find out what happened one of those nights. But shout out to them because they're awesome. Part one? Yeah, but I was in the lobby watching with my father, and we were very salty. We were very sour. The only thing that made me happy was there was a group of Astros fans there. Believe it or not, from Tennessee, though. They were from Tennessee. They're Astros fans, but we were both hoping both teams got a plane to crash into the stadium. It didn't happen, unfortunately.
The mound would just
something, Little Nicky, where the fucking hell opens up. Know? It's in LA, yeah. Hell would be right underneath it, so Satan might as well come up and be like, hey,
I saw this is the end.
Yeah, it's pretty right, exactly. But the Dodgers won by a walk-off grand slam by Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman's cool as fuck.
He went through a lot of shit this year. His son was he was fatally ill, and he's alive. He's doing better. Yeah. So we kind of did that for him. He was injured part of the year.
His son had full a disease where he had full paralysis for
it was
I am
scary.
so fucking happy for Freddie Freeman. And it's nice. I've always liked Freddie Freeman. It's nice to see him in a World Series where I can root for him because the last one he was in,
we were playing against him.
So
I mean, realistically, we don't like either of those teams, and I will say fuck the Dodgers, fuck the Yankees. But if I had to pick one to lean towards, it's going to be the Dodgers, low key, because the Yankees fans are insufferable. Yeah. They've won so many times in the past that they think they're so great.
Complaining about the 2017 Astros.
Yeah, and then Aaron Boone's sending little Yankee logos to Dave Roberts before the series starts, and Dave Roberts almost hit the middle finger emoji back. It's war, bro. Don't be doing that shit. This shit ain't sweet out here, dog.
I will say I like Anthony Rizzo.
I like there's certain things I don't hate.
They're some player this is one of there are a couple players that I hate all the fans.
But the Dodgers also have Kike Hernandez,
except for my wife. She's a Yankees fan.
Sorry, Courtney. Kike Hernandez and Teander Hernandez. Teoscar, I can't even. Teoscar Hernandez are both from the Astros way back in the day. They got moved for different reasons, different teams, but they made their way to the Dodgers. So kind of a fan of that. But anyways, Freddie
welcome,
Freeman.
Garrett Cole, for getting your career back on track.
Fuck you, Garrett Cole. Coltrane.
Fuck you,
Walk-off grand slam. Yeah. First time it's been done in extra innings. It's
in the World Series.
Crazy feat. He deserved it. But when I was in the bar in Mexico, there's this group of annoying fucking Yankees fans all night, like cheering and screaming. That's cool. Like that was part of the vibe, right? We were all having fun. The TV was like 100 feet by 100 feet. They had all these screens together. It was just sick, right? It was a good environment. But then Freddie Freeman hit that grand slam, and everybody else without it, because they were so, it didn't matter if they were rooting for the Yankees or not. It was just like,
at that point you're rooting against that group of fans.
Yeah, like right now, fuck you guys. So everybody stood up, clapped, cheered. It was great. Everybody was drinking, and they were good sports about it. They kind of knew and they saw it, but it was awesome. So.
That crowd right there. I love watching games at the bar, but I can never watch one of my teams play at the bar because there's just so many like
armchair fucking comments.
They're in there, the people that like don't understand the game, but they think they do, and they're talking. And like I just need to be alone with my thoughts in the TV. And sometimes I mute the TV and just watch a silent game if it's an important.
Especially if it's the Astros
or Tech.
If the Astros or I guess Tech, or if they're on like a national broadcast and we don't have our normal Todd Collis.
I love Todd Collis, Jeff Blum,
yeah, for
Julia
sure.
Morales.
If we don't have, definitely. We love Julia. Julia, you're a treasure.
She's
ball.
She knows ball.
You know ball, and you're cool with everybody. Like, we love Julia. Please don't leave the Astros or Space City or whatever, affiliate you have right now.
Maybe have Space City get on YouTube TV one time.
Something like that. You're actually pretty awesome. But when it's the Astros and it's your team and it's somebody else's, like a different set of commentators, it's unbearable. Though the vitriol towards the Astros and like the bias against them because
the graphics, the fucking.
It is what it is, bro. But
it pisses me off.
Game 2, the Dodgers won as well. Did you watch that?
I did watch that one. I was watching for the sole reason of hoping. I have a Yoshinobu Yamamoto Gym Mint 10 card to 15.
Yeah,
so
it's a sick card. Beautiful card.
You're rooting for just some bags to go up, maybe. And I was rooting for. He had a pretty good game. He pitched well. He didn't have a lot of strikeouts. Maybe hit the under in prize picks, which maybe hurt some people.
Yeah. Just like
myself included. But outside of that, like he pitched really well. I was proud of him. He's probably going to get another game. I think he might get involved in game 7 if they get there. I don't think they're going to get there. I think they might sweep.
Yeah, it's going to be. Right. I think they're going to win with a couple games left.
Shohei, I think if this is going 7, if ESPN and the fucking Major League Baseball can
make it happen. Shohei partially dislocated his shoulder.
It popped out.
As he was sliding because he stuck his hand down. It was a bad slide. It was his fault, but he's going to continue playing, so I think they just continue rolling. They have too many hitters who are versatile, and the pitching is equally on both sides.
You know who's like going fucking off randomly as hell? Tommy Edman.
Don't say randomly. For the past 2 months, Tommy Edman has gone off. Since Tommy Edman got traded from the White Sox.
I'm saying randomly because they weren't even really playing him.
Because he got traded.
In the DSCS. Because they were playing Pajes in center field.
Yeah, Pajes was on fire at that point, and I think he was a little hurt. Okay. But they just traded for him. So they traded for 2 of their best players in the series already. Michael Kopech, the closer who shut it down game 1, right, and allowed them to win, kept the lead. Or actually, I think he ended up keeping the lead. But then they have Tommy Edman. They traded Miguel Vargas for those 2. Miguel Vargas, who's a great prospect, a solid shortstop, very slick hands. They didn't have a spot for him, and they brought these 2 in, and they're making huge impacts. So Andrew Friedman is a genius.
Yeah, good moves. Good moves all around.
Good moves. Baseball's cool other than the World Series, so fuck y'all.
But hey,
we're just looking for the Bregman news.
We got basketball back, too.
What do you think we got basketball?
We got basketball back.
Matthew, who's our team?
Spurs!
Woo! Go Spurs, go! Pinche Porto Spurs! Let's go! And tonight, they play the Rockets again.
I root for the Suns.
Oh. Hey, go KD! Yeah.
I love KD and Devin Booker. They're both my fantasy team. I root for my fantasy team above all else.
Devin Booker's cool. I don't like him, but I do love KD. UT, Horn. And then, is Drew Eubanks on the team?
I don't know.
He was
I'm a bad Suns fan.
Okay. You're a bad Suns fan.
I know that
But you know who is who's not on either of those teams? I don't really lock in until
football's over, to be honest.
Recently, the Suns have been playing the Lakers. Yeah. And the Lakers have LeBron James.
The Lakers look good.
JJ Redick is coaching.
Are you ready to call that JJ Redick is like?
No, I'm not. It's been 2 games. He's been doing very well,
dude. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready to hit the button.
I know you're ready.
I love JJ Redick.
Coming from the guy who said Tech's going 12-0 or whatever. Okay.
Absolutely. 11-1.
And I told you they lose to TCU.
I called Baylor.
I told you that.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
When I mentioned that during the game,
you texted me. You texted me a pretty bitter time. Like, you know that after a heartbreak like that, there's like a
listen. So it's Caseytime is very respectful at all times. He really is.
Not all times.
But to me, for the most part, we don't cross lines like that. We know when it is what it is.
Yeah.
But he was definitely the anger, the spice was turned up. That is as high as he was going to go. And so I knew, hey, let me tiptoe a little bit. I don't want to, nothing would happen, but it would send him into a spiral. And I don't want to do that either because he's my boy, real talk. So,
I'm not going to lose my mind.
Hopefully not.
I'll tell you, piece of my mind. I sure as fuck did. He was texting me after the text.
Right when I was touching down, I was like,
yeah, he's like, oh man, like I told you in the run, like some shit. And it was like some shit he said 3 fucking months ago. Yeah, and like you didn't watch that fucking game, Derek. Like you didn't watch what fucking happened, and I was so like I was mad, and you could tell it in the text, and I knew you could tell it in the text, and I didn't fucking tell it in the text.
Loving it.
I was hot, like I was
loving
really,
it.
really hot, and
I was debating turning it up.
I know you were. I know you were, and.
My phone was on like 18%, so if I had turned it up, that shit was gonna be on like 2 by the time I got out of the airport and I needed it. So I was like, no, thank you.
I don't even remember what I said, but I was mad. I was super red.
Another thing that's pretty cool about the new season. We'll go through a couple more things, two more things, and we'll go there. But the Clippers built a whole new stadium, a $2 billion stadium.
They built a $2 billion wall.
They built a fucking wall. The wall's actually legit.
Wall.
So they built behind each basket, they have like 71 or 91 straight rows going up. Yeah. There's no break in them. And they go as more vertical than any other team in the league. Yeah. The intention is these are like supporter sections in soccer. Right. So these people have to stand up all game and cheer. And they've been personally vetted.
Yeah, they have to go
by
through
the Clippers. Process. They have to apply for the position, give their social media, give this and that, so that the Clippers can say, oh yeah, we know you're about that shit. You're gonna yell, you're gonna shake, you're gonna like do all that.
They're like not available for resale either?
No, you're not. Like, you can't give the card resell them, and you can't wear the opponent's jersey or any other thing.
Right, like they made an NBA student section.
It's disgustingly dope.
That stadium is beautiful.
Oh, it is. It is.
Like that was one of the coolest modern stadiums I've ever seen.
Well, Steve Ballmer has all that money. He's there every game. Yeah. He's very vested in his team.
He's such a dork.
The coolest thing
he's a fucking
but he's smart too. The coolest thing about that
he's
wall.
Smart. He's smart dork. Most dorks are smart. He's a fucking smart dork. Let's call it what it is. Like. Guy's a fucking goober. He's there fucking losing his mind.
Wouldn't you be? You own the team?
I think, okay. If I had money like that, if I had racks, I think I'd be a little cooler than Steve
Some
Ballmer.
people, though,
I'll go out on a fucking limb. I think I'd be a little fucking cooler than Steve
But
Ballmer.
he'd be, Would
I be a goober too? Yeah, but not that fucking
you'd
much.
Be in the, you'd be in the
He's
suite.
Got no swag.
You'd be in the suite.
No swag.
He's on the court.
I'd be on the court, dog. I'd be on the court.
I don't think you would.
I would.
But the wall actually worked. So Kevin Durant played there the first game, right? They played, and Kevin Durant is a 99% or 99, but a 90% free throw shooter for a career. He's very, very good. He missed 2 in the late time when they were going crazy, and he mentioned the wall as being
Booker did too.
Part of it, like he said.
Neither of those guys missed free throws.
He said it was crazy. You're just looking at everything else. Like it's really. They admitted it was cool too. Like everybody knows it's not cheating or anything. It's just something different. And so I think that could take place if NBA arenas get more like the arenas in Europe, where they're and they're cheering and they're chanting. They won't because but we're too cool around here. That'd be sick, but it won't happen.
I want to see more flares in U.S. sports. We need flares.
Well, in the
flares
NBA
are fucking
talk
awesome.
On the new James Moran. Yeah. Go Spurs Go segment.
Go Spurs
Bean Shaped Birdo Spurs only for James Moran.
Go Spurs
because
number 1. Tony Parker
fucking loves
Tony
them.
Parker number 1.
Tony Parker. I got a card of his coming back. We Manu Ginobili, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's all about Wemby now.
Yeah, Tim Duncan.
It's all about Wemby now. That's it. We don't have Devin Vassell playing, which is sad, but we're getting some other guys some playtime like Stephen Castle. The rookie, Stephon Castle.
He's also on my dynasty team.
Number 4, and he fills up the stat sheet. Do you get negative points for fouls, though? Because he is foul.
No.
Okay. Dude, amazing. He's going to be an amazing guy for you because he plays the most obnoxious defense
with categories, I need steals, I need steals, I need blocks, I need pesky.
He's going to do that
I need pesky shit.
He's going to do pesky
shit.
They showed...
They won't have deflections. But
there was a replay of the game on Saturday night. Pick and roll. They tried to run a pick and roll between Fred VanVleet and probably Jabari Smith Jr. or Alperen Sengun maybe even. Yeah. And they couldn't even get past the three-point line between Wemby and Castle. Just like, in your face, fuck you, do this shit. Dylan Brooks, one of your guys, unfortunately.
I do like Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks decided to be Dylan Brooks and act like a fucking idiot. Him and Wemby were holding on to the ball. They say jump ball. Neither of them want to let go. Wemby's holding on to it with one arm, kind of just looking deadpan, but Dylan Brooks takes it personal. Yeah. So he tries to put him on the ground, and then he tries to rip it out of his face. And then when Chris Paul gets in his face, he gets angry and aggressive. Like, bitch, you just got bitched by a French fry looking dude. He's an Applejack from, the Cinnamon Jack from Apple Jacks. Like, the guy is weak and you couldn't even get the ball from him, you bully. You're supposed to be this big, and Sohan was in his face. He wouldn't look at Sohan because Sohan the Destroyer would put him on his ass. But Chris Paul, he goes, "Oh, you 5'9" motherfucker, I'll come at you. Don't touch me. But Sohan was in his grill. Side note to that, Sohan in an interview after that game said, "Fuck Houston, so I'm all in." I'm all in for the Rockets. Fuck the Rockets. Love the Astros, right? But Jeremy Sohan taking that stance and saying, "Yeah, we're rivals." Yeah, I'm from Austin. I get to do that, and I did that as a kid. So.
I agree.
But yeah, fuck the Rockets. We're gonna run this. Maybe not the state. We're gonna run the south side of the state because the Mavs already beat us. But yeah,
so long as you got 82 games,
dude.
Different teams.
Tonight, another game is on. I'm fucking kitted up. You can't see the shorts, but they're the Fiesta shorts. I would show you right now, but you'd be jealous as fuck.
You can stand up for them.
No, I don't want them to look at the, I don't need no extra DMs, you feel me? So I'm just saying if I show the whole fit, bro, somebody might lose their girl,
show too much upper thigh.
You don't I got a tan going right now from Mexico. I show you a little thigh plus that little tan, you'll be all over it, girl.
All right. Well, you had a big week when it comes to the hobby. You had a real big week. My man, from his time in Mexico, I get these texts from Derek the Dude about
probably in the 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
You kept sending me screenshots of like filthy cards to filthy cards. So I know you got some shit to show off.
I do.
You were drunkenly joining breaks, which I respect and I'm a proponent of, but like rip responsibly.
Rip responsibly.
But if you're gonna get irresponsible with it, fucking have fun.
Please, absolutely. I will say that when I go on vacation, so I was at Mexico, all-inclusive resort, adult only, so no kids, no annoying screaming, crying, all that shit, and all the tequila blanco, I could fucking handle, quite literally. There was one night, every time you go on a trip like this, you burn out one night, at least one, and I had one of those. But what I also do when I'm drunk, when I'm laying in bed at 12, midnight, 1 in the morning, or just out doing whatever I want on the beach. Fucking chill on the beach at 1 in the morning when you're drunk as shit and nobody else is around. I join a break. I say, let me spend some fucking money on vacation and potentially buy some cards I don't need. I don't know what's coming. Just fucking send me some shit. And I'm going to show you some shit that I got in this week and that I came back from vacation to, which is some pretty filthy shit if you ask me.
It really was, man. Like,
there's some dirty shit in there.
Like, you have good streaks and breaks. When you're in the breaking game, you have good streaks, you have bad streaks, but like,
this was good.
This was one of the best I've seen.
I'm not going to claim I made my money back on a lot of this stuff, but on a lot of these spots I did. Other ones I lost money. It happens. That's how you gamble.
Lose, you don't keep track of
but
that
shit. I hope the bank does. But yeah, you also like speculate on certain players and you think things are going to go up. Before I show you guys what I got in the breaks, I'm going to show you guys what I was just handed to me today from friend of the show, Mr. Kyle Rose.
Honestly, after the gifts he gives, I didn't show you what I had too.
Yeah.
He got me some gifts as well.
If you have it, I can show it. But if you don't, I'm going to show you what Mr. Kyle Rose, who has been our DEGEN of the week before, friend of the show, was hanging out with Caseytime yesterday. If I wasn't a piece of shit and had to recover from just the whole weekend and do some shit, I would have been there too. But I am a piece of shit. And so now I'm receiving these from his Caseytime. First thing is a fucking numbered right here. I don't know if you see this. Numbered Ricky numbered Williams. Run Ricky Run. Ricky Williams, a Heisman Award winner, somebody who was huge when I was 9 years old, right? He was running for us in 1999.
Yes, sir.
One of my favorite players ever, from my favorite university ever, and it's numbered. It's a beautiful card. It's silver. It's burnt orange, as you can see here. Fucking love it. The next card, everybody needs to hold on to their butts. All right?
This is great.
Hold on to your butts, because this is how I know that Kyle Rose watches the show. All right? This is how I know that he kind of peeps and he knows what I'm about a little bit. And, Caseytime and I were just talking, like, this may not be my type or my thing, but this is the sickest card I think I have. Other than what we already showed earlier from my boy, the favorite nose tackle of all time. We're just going to throw that up again.
Yes.
Other than this card, this is my next favorite, 100%. And it's because of the audacity of this shit. Livy fucking Dunn.
Livy.
Let's say Paul Skeens. Fucking flamethrower, maybe rookie of the year, probably not because of Jackson Merrill, but he's huge, he's great, he's doing big things. Livy Dunn's trying to be on TikTok. She's a gymnast, and this card is sick. Trying to be on TikTok. Kyle, this fucking card is beautiful. I don't know why, where you thought about just looking for this. I love it. It's a great joke card. It's not licensed, which makes it even better. Somebody sat there making that shit.
Somebody made it up.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Rose Photoshop this shit. Send it to somebody to make.
He got these were at the same time. Just what?
This is a sick card.
Yeah,
this is sick.
That's pretty nasty.
Iconic.
So his first Bowman, and then you know how he knows the show. These were great.
This is your guy, 100%.
I know.
And he's knows
he's
you
in the
and
Dynasty
your guys.
League as well.
And Kyle Rose is
J.K. Dobbins.
Hold on, I gotta fucking unscrew this thing, dude. This thing's too fat. Too fat like me.
Kyle came with gifts.
J.K. Dobbins, right there.
I think he just moved up the power rankings. Listeners. We don't rank our listeners, but he's
James. You're sliding, bro. You're sliding, James. When's the last time you came through the house? You know, when's the last time, man? You feel me? But shout out to Kyle Rose because those were very thoughtful gifts. Those weren't just like, hey, I got you this card. I found this in a break. This was like, hey, I got this for you. Yeah. So shout out to you. You're awesome. Appreciate that. But I'm going to show you a couple other things I got that are actually pretty fat.
Show for the break.
Speaking of Livy Dunn. Yeah. Speaking of Livy Dunn, her man, Paul Skeens, on the most beautiful card I think I got, other than this one I'll show later, but that's a different story. This is called a Stars in the Night or a Starry Night kind of collab. They wanted to get that Van Gogh essence. This is where cards really take off, and can't sit here and say it's an artwork, but they do design these, so it is art. They're designing the cards. This is a beautiful fucking card. This is one you could put on display, and it would look great. And it's not a crazy super card, but Paul Skeens is hot, and this card is hot, and so is Livy Dunn. So
get that slabbed up.
Get it slabbed up, and it's worth whatever. But I think I'm just gonna keep it like this because it looks cool in the mag case, the black one I have. Yeah. And Paul Skeens is a stud. The next card I have, I got a Max Clark prospect card. If you don't know who Max Clark is, he's
big time prospect.
The Tigers probably top prospect. We'll argue with Jace a little bit.
Okay.
Max is out there. He's a little more valuable.
Give Jace a big enough chip on his fucking shoulder to show you.
Hey, I gave you a Jace. You chill. But this is Max Clark, a 10 out of 10. So the last on the print, the last one of this black parallel printed. So this is a really rare card. There's only 10 of them out there, and mine was the last one made. Very sick card. Already got people messaging me, asking me about it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Probably gonna show up to Sergi's spot, which is open in Austin now, and throw down and see what we can come up with, if we can make it grade well or not. Then another big card. This is probably, I like this one a lot. Ellie. If you know Ellie De La Cruz, this is a rookie card of Ellie De La Cruz. Yep. It's out of 150. It's out of 150, so this card has huge potential. Yeah. If Ellie does anything going forward, because it's already worth a decent amount, if he does anything going forward, this will be worth more. He can slab it up, do that kind of thing. I like Ellie. I think he plays ball the right way, tries to steal bags, gaining extra bases. He gets dirty. He's not afraid to make that play. Absolutely. The dude balls out. Yep. So those are some sick cards. The next two.
Yeah. These are the ones you really wanted to show.
These are literally probably the two biggest cards I've ever hit.
Yeah.
I think. Wow. I can't be sure. I know the first one is absolutely ridiculous that I'm going to show you. And the second one has more potential almost than any of them. Yeah. So I joined a repack break from a breaker I will not mention because they pissed me off. But they're cool. They're fine. Whatever. And
you mentioned them a lot in one of the episodes. Really.
I paid like $300 for this spot.
Yeah.
So $300 for a spot of all these repacks, like 45 boxes with different single hit cards in it. And I got exactly what I was looking for. Yep. I got the fucking Victor Wembanyama variation. That's so fucking Prism Fast Break 10. This card is worth more than most cards in my collection, obviously. It's already a PSA 10. It's a sick ass card. And literally 2 days before I hit this, I messaged Sergi, our boy who's an insider kind of guy. Yeah. And I said, hey, bro, I need the best card I can get for this amount of Victor Wembanyama. And then I hit this shit and I messaged him back like, just kidding, bro, I got it. Like, it's already mine. Yeah. So that is one of the that is probably my favorite card I hit this weekend. The next one's the sickest. Only time I've ever hit a card like this before in my life. Yeah. And it is a 1 of 1.
1 of 1.
It means there's zero super fractor autograph.
Oh, that's so fire.
Of Tommy Troy.
That's a very good prospect. Tommy Troy.
When that got hit, I was drunk. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was off my ass.
You had the D-backs in the...
I took a screenshot. I had the D-box.
Was it a random team or was it a...
It was random. It was random. And so then I took the screenshot and I thought nothing of it. And I was fucking having a great time that day. Well, I went to go look Mr. Tommy Troy up because, hey, what is this guy about? What is this kid about, right?
Mm-hmm. He's better than Eddie Beltre.
He's still playing, so that's a key. He was drafted last year. First round. 12th pick overall to the Diamondbacks, who are a blossoming young team. Yeah. And he signed for $4.4 million. Yeah. The kid has potential. And this card being one of his prospect cards, one of the cards before he even hits the pros, if he does so, this thing could be crazy.
That's a fat
This thing could be fat. So what I did was I actually messaged my boy.
Yeah?
I actually messaged my boy Tommy Troy on IG. He's over 18, so you can't make fun of me like you and your other messages. And I just said, hey, I pulled this. Like, I don't know if you collect cards, dude. But check this thing out. Like, if you want to, maybe make a deal, whatever. I saw what you got paid on your bonus, so I'm taxing.
Yeah.
But realistically,
for you, double the price of anybody else.
if this guy,
you got major league money. Yeah.
He has a great swing too. If this guy wants his card, I'd be more than willing to make a deal with him because if I was in his position, which I never would be or was going to be. I would want the same opportunity at least, I guess. Yeah. I'm not a Diamondbacks fan, which is the team he's kind of a part of, the whole organization. Yeah. But Tommy, if you're out there, you didn't read my IG message, I don't know yet. Yeah.
Well, I think you're going about it one way that I would critique. Right, instead of DMing Tommy Troy,
his mom,
you need to find his mom.
Yeah, be like, hey,
go after them,
lady,
and then when they want the price for you guys,
just for you,
$15,000.
$15,000 and a flight to every Astros Diamondbacks game for the rest of my life.
15 for you. $15,000
for you.
You want to balk at that price? 20.
Your son is great. You know that. What are you talking about? I saw a signing bonus. Anyways, no, sick fucking card. First time I've ever hit one. It's a great feeling because the Superfractor is so rare. Superfractor Auto is even more rare, and it's actually a good player. It's not like somebody like Eddie Beltre, no offense, brother.
Yeah, no offense,
but shout out to all the Eddie Beltres in the world because one day you'll do what you were meant to do.
I didn't even that card was 4 out of 5, right? It was not a it wasn't
no 1 of 1 like that.
I don't have any 1 of 1s, and
you don't have any one. No, you have printing plates.
I have printing plates,
which aren't considered the same because there's 4 printing plates.
That's
what people say.
I don't think a printing plate's a 1 of 1. I don't. I think they're devalued a little bit.
Oh wait. Sorry, one more thing.
One more?
Yeah, one more, but this is a personal thing. This isn't because it has a lot of value. My favorite team is the Astros. Everybody knows that, just like James Moran, and it's Caseytime.
Yeah, shout out.
But I got this card in a flawless break. I had the Astros. I didn't even know I hit it until it came to me. I didn't know I hit it until it was in the fucking mail. I was that fucked up that night.
Real DEGEN way to do it. Buy into breaks and don't
just fucking pass out.
Wait till the mail.
Craig Biggio, game used. So those patches
filthy
are game used patches, 5 out of 5.
Love it.
Or whatever out of 5. It's a sick card. It's one card that I will never ever sell. I don't care if Craig Biggio comes to me and says, I'll pay you money. No, I need like your DNA, a jersey, a bat.
Yeah.
This shit is sick to me.
Or Jeff Bagwell's cell phone so we can tell him to stop making bullshit fucking moves for the Astros.
And the next number once he blocks us, please. But this card is actually the favorite one I received, even though all these other ones are worth that much more. Yeah. The fact that I didn't know it was coming, and then it showed up just being so filthy, I can't resist that shit. So thank you for bearing with me. I had a great weekend in Mexico, great week in Mexico, and even better weekend on the cards. Like, shit was crazy. Yeah. Only one other thing happened pretty big this weekend, I think, in international news.
International news, yes. And I watched it.
Tell me about it.
I am now rooting for Barcelona. I am on the Barcelona bandwagon. It's a complete bandwagon situation. But I did this because I wanted a long-term investment. I hopped on eBay. This is while I was in Sydney. We do the same thing. We drink a little bit. We like to hop in and buy some sports cards. And I bought a Lamine Mall.
Lamine Yamal, 17-year-old for Barcelona.
I thought he was still 16. He still got braces.
He's 17 now.
This kid hit a goal on Saturday, a nasty fucking goal, right?
So in El Clasico, let me set this stage. The 2 biggest teams in Spain ever of all time, and they're always perpetually up top. That's it. That's those 2. Atletico Madrid creeps. That's it. Those are the teams out in Sevilla. But these 2 teams play every year in El Clasico. Real Madrid has a star power. Real Madrid has 2 people who were finalists for Ballon d'Or. Yeah. They have Jude Bellingham. They have Vini Jr. They have a whole squad. Yeah. What Barcelona has is 7 players under the age of 23. And 2 of them being 17. Yeah. And they fucking won 4-0.
Also, Rafinha's playing out his fucking mind. He's been on.
In the other team's stadium.
Lewandowski very much not under 25.
Oh, yeah, he's still like 40 almost. He's so good. He's so baller. But they did this in the other team's stadium, and when Yamal scored, he did. So in soccer, there's classic celebrations. There's personal celebrations. There's all sorts of shit. Yamal scored, and it was a 3rd goal right there, up 3-1 probably, I think, at that point.
It was a 3rd goal.
He looks at the crowd. Calmate. Yeah,
he pointed to his braces. Yeah, and he had his mouth full of braces.
He told the biggest thing was in telling the crowd to calm down. He said, "Hey, this is our game," and that is like disrespectful. So the Real Madrid fans were like seething. They were furious. Yeah. Vinny Jr. was mad, and he was saying, "Oh, they were grappling and arguing all night." He said, "I'll win the Ballon d'Or on Monday." Yeah. Psych, bitch, Rodri, Man City guy, Rodrigo, as some of y'all don't know him, won the Ballon d'Or, which means he was the best player in all of football last year, which he was as a center defensive mid. He scored big goals for us. He's hurt right now, but fuck you, Real Madrid.
Yeah,
fuck you hard.
Fuck you, Real Madrid, and shout out to Lamine Yamal. I don't really care that much like he does. I root for West Brom, which is in the championship. They're terrible. And I root for my fantasy team. in the EPL. They're also terrible.
Yep.
And now I root for Lamine Yamal. I don't care about the Barcelona team. I'm tuning into these Barcelona games, and I get almost all of them with ESPN.
Oh, yeah, ESPN Plus has them all.
They know you're front runner.
Well,
they know you want to see Barca or Real or Bayern.
They have a deal with La Liga, too.
Right.
So, and Bundesliga.
But I'm able to watch, and now I only care about one player, and that's Lamine Yamal, and I'm a big Lamine Yamal fan. Huge Lamine Yamal fan.
We'll take it. He's a decent guy.
And Lamine Yamal forever. All right, with that being said, we've gone very long here. It is time to wrap this up with our HGH gambling picks. HGH. And
That's picks for our head.
Yeah.
Our gut.
Yeah. Where else?
And our hearts.
Look at that.
We're going to make those happen. And it's Caseytime's been wiping the floor with me. Actually, been beating me by one pick every time.
Thank you for
But it's been like 3 or 4 weeks. And I hit juice
twice, so fuck yourself.
The juice is crazy. The first juice I remember. The second juice I choose to forget?
Yeah,
question mark.
It happened. And I missed the third juice in a row by one fucking pick.
Wait, can I ask a question though? Yeah. How much money did you make from those bets?
We'll talk about that later.
Zero. There's no later. 0. He didn't do shit because he can't bet on it.
All right. Well, I did bet on one of them, and it was the one I missed by one leg at the very end.
Oh, see, you're even fucking suck at that.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna make these picks. I'm gonna go first since I'm the loser.
We gotta do it.
I'm the loser, bro.
Snappy.
My head pick right now. I got the Mandy's. I got the Mandy's covering the spread against the Giants next week. Commanders. Okay. Commanders next week. Mandy's. It's only I think it's a 3-point spread.
Yeah, weird. It smelled off.
I don't know why. I think they think that Jayden Daniels might not play or the Giants might do some weird shit. But that's my head pick. I'm going to take the odds that they give me while I can.
Yeah.
Then I have my gut pick.
Line. He's falling for the rat line.
I'm falling for it because I'm a rat piece of shit. I'm a DEGEN. I'm a true DEGEN.
Eating the cheese. Oh, you're going to
The next my gut pick is going to be the Cowboys-Atlanta game.
Okay.
It's going over 52. Cowboys suck.
They do.
Atlanta has a good offense.
They do.
And not a great defense, but they have both teams will get scored on, I do believe.
Okay.
And I think that both teams will it's on turf again, so the Cowboys might be at home, but it's going over 52 in my opinion.
Okay.
That's my gut pick. My heart pick, all because of Rodri. Man City's getting shitted on right now in the comments. All these Real Madristas are coming through saying, oh, he didn't deserve it. Vinny Jr. deserved it, blah, blah, blah. They're crying like little bitches, and they're very big on social media. Think Swifties or Barbs from Nicki Minaj. They just literally flood every social media they can. Yeah. So for that whole reason, I think that Man City is going to show out when they play this weekend. Yeah. They're playing Bournemouth, and if you know Bournemouth, they actually play well. They score goals. Their defense may not be the best, but they score goals. I think Man City's going to win, and they're going to score over 2.5. Okay. So they're going to win, but they have
2.5 total game over or 2.5
just for Man City.
Team total over
yeah,
2.5.
Yeah. I think so. I think they'll come out for a vengeance for Rodri, who's hurt, and just won the Balloon d'Or. Okay. I think they're going to really do it for him. So that's my HGH. Do you want me to give my juice now or no?
I'll get into mine. I did want to say I'm glad you shouted out the social media game for Real Madrid. I got deep into a 21-paragraph Twitter thread last night about a Doja Cat stan who was very annoyed because he had won a contest from Airbnb. He was supposed to meet Doja Cat in person, but they checked his bag and caught a psycho person letter and like said you can't meet him, and like he was going off on
Doja Cat's a her.
Yeah, right. But this guy's a him. This guy's a him who was meeting her, and like he like wrote it like I want to say like I'll show you this thread later, but I've never been laughing as hard. Like, you know, it was this man, something.
Do you know what the most famous quote when I think of Doja Cat is?
What?
She in racial chat rooms showing feet. That's what Nori said about her because she was in racist chat rooms showing her feet.
She did that, yeah.
She definitely did
that. Well, yeah. This guy was like on his like shit of like, your security team doesn't understand your humor like I do. He was wild.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was crazy.
Let's move on.
On my head pick, I'm going Oregon minus 15.5 against Michigan.
God, fuck Oregon.
Michigan's fucking ass. Oregon's really good.
Hopefully they fuck
ass. All right, gut. That's my head. That's what my head thinks.
Okay.
My gut feels like this line looks so fucking off. Right now, the Jets are favorites against the Texans.
I have that on my juice.
All right.
By one, right?
Yeah.
Did you get one?
I'm going money line.
Money line Texans?
Jets.
Oh, my God.
The Jets. Aaron Rodgers gets that win. It's on Thursday Night Football. It smells off. I don't know why it's off. Do I actually think it's going to happen? Vegas ain't wrong.
Here's why.
Vegas ain't fucking wrong.
They're desperate.
I don't want to hear your analysis on why you think that the line is what it is. The line's off.
I know why it's off.
The line feels off. I'm taking it. I know.
He's taking the cheese too.
Yeah, no,
that's cheese as well.
That's not cheese.
Both sides.
That's
are
the
cheese.
opposite of a rat.
Both
line.
sides are cheese.
That's the opposite. The Texans are going to be
cheese.
favorites by the time the Thursday night game happens.
I take the cheese.
The public is going to be on the Texans. Everybody's going to be on the Sharps and the Wise Guys and Caseytime.
The Wise Guys.
We're all going to be on the Jets. So
okay, bro.
My heart, you know where I'm going. Texas Tech plus 14. We're playing Iowa State in Ames. They can fuck themselves. We're getting that win.
In Ames?
We're bouncing back. We bounce back.
Oh, they're going to
Plus
beat
14.
you by 15 then, right? They have to?
They have to.
Oh, okay.
They
Cool.
won't. They won't.
My juice, the rest of my bet,
Yeah,
which I add on to my HH, I only have 3. So I have the Bears at Cardinals on Sunday. It's going to be over 44.5.
Okay.
That's a low line, I feel, for both of those teams.
The Bears defense is really good.
Bears defense is really good, but Kyler, McBride, Harrison,
Marvin.
I think that they're going to make some plays. They actually have like actual playmakers, so they can do it. Greg Dortch, the torch.
Fuck Michael Wilson and fuck Greg Dortch.
Okay,
and
well,
Kyler, fuck you for throwing to them over Marvin Harrison Jr. Have a God throw it to him.
And then the Cardinals defense is not anything special, so I do think that Caleb Williams will at least move the ball. And I think 44.5 is pretty low for a under-over, I think, in that kind of game.
I don't hate that over. Yeah, I like
and then I have a different kind of pick. Alvaro Morata.
There's still play for
Morata. What?
He still play for Atletico? He used to.
No, he plays for AC Milan now. And they're playing Napoli, which is it's supposed to be a very good game. 2 of the top 2 teams in Italy this next week. Christian Pulisic is on AC Milan. I did not pick him because his line was a little too high. But Morata is going to have 2 or more shots on target. That's a plus 225 for me. This guy literally spams shots, and he spams them on target. Nothing special, but he spams them, so he gets a couple in. Okay. He's that guy. I think it's going to happen again. In a game in Italy, they shoot the ball.
Okay.
And then I have the Texans, plus 1.
Yeah,
that's at 119.
Plus your HGH picks.
Yeah, plus my HGH picks. If you bet $10, you win.
And he wonders why he's never won
$890.
He wonders why he's never
$890.
Like me as a noted 2-time juice winner.
Yeah.
2-time, almost third. 2-time for sure, though. I'm giving you my third winning lineup here. This is a parlay that I think you should bet. I think you should bet.
Do it. Because I dare you.
I've got Western Kentucky minus 24 against Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State, great feel-good story. They get killed this time. Ohio State money line. They're beating Penn State at their place. Vandy money line. You heard me. Fuck Auburn.
Who is Auburn?
Yeah, the Hugh Freeze. Bomb.
Hugh going.
I've got Nottingham Forest 3-way money line. That was a guess. I'm gonna be honest. They're playing West Ham. Just a fucking guess. And then I threw in the Bears money line over the Cardinals. They bounce back, get a win.
I could see it.
Plus 34.
As long as it's over 45, I don't.
Plus 34.77. $10 pays out. $357. So take it to the bank. $100 pays gives you $3,000.
Take it to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Or just take it to the pub and drink it. Who fucking cares?
Throw $500 on it. Get crazy. Do what you want to do. Whatever your bankroll is.
Because you're a DEGEN. We're a DEGEN too, brother. Yeah. So fuck it. Do it. Throw that money on it. Lose it. Let it happen.
Let it happen. Let it ride.
Let it fuck.
I've been hot lately. Even though I don't think it was just Frankie Zora. I think I'm feeling pretty good on my picks.
I think it's that I'm rushing my shit when I come to the studio.
I think you are too. I don't think you plan ahead of time.
No, I don't. Why would I ever plan
I always
ahead
said
of
it
time
like
ever
2 hours ahead of the end of the show.
The only thing I've ever planned ahead in my life is a schedule that I wrote for the partners that I oversee this past week.
Planning ahead's overrated. Just wake up and live. You know,
bro, fuck it. You might not live tomorrow. None of us. Sorry.
Wake up and live.
Sorry to let you know that. All right.
Yeah.
Just boof a fucking 57 millimeter shell like that 86-year-old man in France. And they had to go to the hospital to get it out. Just do that. Live your life. Actually, 88 years old.
I don't know what you're talking about, but wise words. But good deal. I think that's a good place to leave it. I think so.
Maybe not in your rectum if it's a 57 millimeter mortar shell. But wherever else you think you can find a good spot for it.
That, do you, man.
It was great to be back.
Whatever floats your boat. Whatever gets you aroused.
Chilling with these 3 dudes. Matthew from In Between. It's Caseytime from
Productions.
Golden Frog, Vox House, and Courtney's house. These people are awesome. It was great being back. Dude, thanks for having me back, brother.
We love having you back from Mexico. We are all back. We will be here next week. We look forward to y'all. We love y'all. Peace.